Arkansas's premier news talk program, brought to you by Baxter Regional Medical Center, providing big city healthcare with a hometown touch. And now, down on the corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It's Friday,
Woo-hoo.
July
I'm ready for
19th, 2019. It's 7 a.m.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
Bring
middle
it
of
on.
summer. Here we go, the middle of summer. So what do you know?
I know nothing. I can prove
The
it,
weekend
actually.
is upon us.
It is. It is. You got big plans?
Going to Tennessee.
Going to Tennessee.
One more hour here, and dude, I'm eastbound and down. Yeah. We get to count the highway stripes on
I'm not
I-40
going to
today.
Tennessee. I think Sunday we're going to go to Branson and sweat.
Yeah. I need to wish my grandson Everett a little happy birthday. He may be tuned in over in Murfreesboro, Tennessee
Happy
today. Happy
birthday.
birthday, Everett. 3 years old today. Grandpa's on his way to come see you here in a little while. You just wait. You'll have grandkids someday.
Hey, that was a warning, Everett. Run. No.
It's so good. Grandpa, can you come for my birthday? Okay, I'll be there.
Run, Everett. Run.
No, Grandpa's bearing gifts.
That's
you go.
why he wants you. You bribe your way into his life.
Oh, anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome Down on the Corner program, brought to you by Baxter Regional Medical Center. Best care in the Midwest, the envy of many Midwestern hospitals. Baxter Regional Medical Center, top in innovation and technology. They surpass many Midwestern hospitals. Be sure to check out Urgent Care 24/7 from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. Only $69 per visit. Go to BaxterRegionalCare.com. Get started today. Download the app and enroll. Google Play on non-Apple phones, and on Apple, go to the App Store. Download Baxter Regional Care 24/7. $69 per visit.
Quit reading your cheat sheet.
I have to.
I mean, you're sitting there just staring.
I don't have my glasses on. I'm sitting down here. Normally
You just did it the other day without it even there, and now you're so focused
security
on it.
blanket. Linus from Peanuts. I gotta have my cue card. Check out Baxter Regional Medical Centers 24/7. Baxter Regional Medical Center right here in Mountain Home, Arkansas, serving about 18 counties in the surrounding areas of course, North Arkansas, Southern Missouri. And so, best care anywhere. Baxter Regional Medical Center, the envy of many Midwestern hospitals. And I'm enjoying Brewed Awakening coffee. Hope you're doing the same thing. Brewed Awakening coffee with 3 locations to serve you in Mountain Home. We have, of course, Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby. We've got 62 East Plaza out by Anytime Fitness, and then Bomber Boulevard. Any of the 3 locations are ready to serve you the best coffee in town. Check out the big cinnamon rolls.
They are big. I like the
And
cinnamon
huge
rolls.
and enormous, whatever. They're
Big.
good. Yeah.
They're good.
Check them out. Brewed Awakening coffee, the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Mike and the staff do a great job. They have all 3 coffee shops up and running, and they're ready to serve you. So if you happen to be going by Baxter Regional today, stop by the main lobby, get you a nice cup of coffee and a cinnamon roll. And the other 2 drive-ups, so Bomber Boulevard and 62 East Plaza. They are ready to serve you the best coffee in town. Appreciate Mike and his staff and all they do. And, wow, just very good coffee. Thank you, Mike. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring you the morning prayer each and every day right here in Mountain Home. Roller Funeral Home, with all our respect. There's 29 Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas, with 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. Right here in Mountain Home, talk to Bruce, Charlotte, Chris, Brad. Anybody can help you. To say they're professional is just kind of one of those words that really doesn't fit.
It's like,
because they're
it's like
ultra
saying
professional.
It's
You know,
like saying you're professional,
Well,
but the other direction. No, I'm just kidding.
but I mean,
He's not smiling today.
huh?
You're not smiling today.
Triangle.
They're awesome, and I've said this before, that you want to know the difference between Roller Funeral Home, just go over and talk to one of them.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
Their dedication, their compassion, their knowledge, their professionalism. I can just go on and on and on. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect, be sure to take care of pre-planning, one of these days. So, never know.
Never know when one of these days is going to come.
Pre-plan today. Check it out. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes. Let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, today, as I look forward to celebrating my grandson Everett's 3rd birthday, I'm so thankful for my sons and their families, and so good to celebrate a new life. But yesterday, Lord, was not so happy. Stone County and the rest of Arkansas lost a sheriff's deputy killed in line of duty. Mike Stephen was an outstanding public servant. Didn't matter if he was wearing the policeman's hat or the fire department's hat. He served his people well. I pray you comfort and give peace to Mike Stephen's family, also to the Pineville Volunteer Fire Department and the Stone County Sheriff's Office. Let us never forget Mike's dedication to public service. So that's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Kind of tough yesterday.
Yep.
He was here on 8th of March.
Yep. That was the last time he was here.
So funny. It was so funny. How they opened the show. I went back and watched part of it. He said, I said, now my next guest is kind of shy, and he gets to laugh. Did you see it?
Yes.
He was a great guy.
There was not a shy bone in his body.
Not a shy bone in his body. I tell you what, if he wasn't fighting fire, he's chasing criminals. You know, what a great guy. Mike Stephen, gonna miss him. Roller Funeral Homes brings the morning prayer each and every day. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes. And now,
Dun, 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 dun.
he even commented about your trumpet. Remember?
Yeah.
Because during the break,
it wasn't a good comment. Nobody has a good comment about my trumpet.
That was one of the funniest intros we did when Mike Stephen was here. You know, that may have been his last interview, period. It was right here on Down on the Corner.
I don't know. I don't know if he does other spots or whatever.
I don't know. I don't think so. But anyway, morning weather brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. Retire to Arkansas.net. It's time to check out the White River and the humidity thereof.
It's not bad today, though. It's got some fog on the east side, but...
Yep. The bridge to the left side of the screen, and you can see the bright sunshine to the right side of the screen, the beautiful White River coming through between Marion and Baxter counties. You're actually looking into Cotter, Arkansas, where most of the cloud cover is. You can just barely see the park this morning. Little Cotter Park, the Railroad Museum, along with the baseball field. And it's brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs. Buying, selling, need some property, Arkansas or Missouri. They can help you from one end of the state to the other. They've got people here in Arkansas that'll help you in Marshall and Mountain View and Stone County, where Mike was from, and right here in Baxter County, across the state line in Missouri. Give them a call, 870-405-0793, retire to Arkansas.net. Bob and Linda Zador, the award-winning Z Team. When you list your home to sell with the Z Team, Linda's a professional stager, and she can set the house up for that really certain eye appeal that's that little hook says, ooh, I like that, you know. Be sure to list your home with Bob and Linda Zador for all your real estate needs. Once again, 870-405-0793, retire to Arkansas.net. Weather-wise, today, 73 degrees right now in Mountain Home, 72 at Flippin, Harrison at 73, 72 in Yellville. Salem, Arkansas at 75, 73 at Calico, Mountain View at 72. Around the region, St. Louis is already at 78. Poplar Bluff at 76. West Plains at 75, 73 in Branson. Watford City, North Dakota, 57. Don't you know it's pleasant up there with low humidity?
I can tell you, guys, around here it's going to be a hot day today.
Yeah, it's going to be a hot day.
That's all I got to say.
Wait till you see the heat advisory map. I mean, wow. Taking a look at Doppler radar, all the shower activities in the northern part of the country, North and South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan, and a little bit up just north of Vermont, New Hampshire, and the New England area. Other than that, not much going on. It's just a hot, dry, muggy day across the country. We'll go ahead and check the radar stops in Little Rock and St. Louis and Springfield. The Little Rock stop shows humidity, and that's about it. Your highways 62, 412 east-west, Highway 65 north-south, Little Rock, Branson. 67, 167, Little Rock, Batesville, and Poplar Bluff in good shape. Interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, and 555 in Arkansas. Clear at this time. Just going to be a hot, muggy, sunshiny day. And let's see, we'll go check out St. Louis and parts of Illinois for those that are traveling. I-70, Columbia, east of St. Louis, and on to Vandalia and Effingham, Illinois. No problems there. A lot of humidity. In the St. Louis area, they've got a heat advisory as well. They're already very, very warm. East St. Louis, Illinois, east on I-64 to Mount Vernon in good shape. I-55, Sikeston, Cape Girardeau to St. Louis. Then I-44, Rolla to St. Louis in good shape. The I-24 at 57 Junction around Carbondale, Illinois. No problems there at all. Southwest Missouri. Come on, computer. Come on. There we go. I-44.
You got to hit the button.
Hit the button. I-44, Tulsa, Joplin, Springfield, Lebanon. A little bit of humidity there. Other than that, clear skies and safe travels there. I-70, Kansas City to Columbia. Looks like it's in pretty good shape as well. Now here we go. You talk about a colorful map. The upper Midwest is hot. This is so strange. Look at this. Texas, Louisiana, southern Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, where it's normally really hot and muggy. No warnings. But just look at this. Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, Mississippi, and then you get up into Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, Nebraska, and even into southern
Minnesota. You got to keep in mind for what the average is on the state. All right, when you look at Texas, Texas has probably got a higher heat warning than what we do here in Arkansas.
It's the difference in the humidity and dew point.
Is it?
So they could be 100 degrees at 30% humidity and a dew point around 20. That's not heat advisory. But these dew points are pushing 80 degrees around St. Louis and Kansas City and Des Moines, place like that. With the humidity. See, this is where all the rain was early in the spring. And that moisture now being soaked up because that dew point rise. What I've been studying online. Anyway, the orange is heat advisory. The darker red is your excessive heat warning, and there's no anything that's. I'm not seeing any excessive. What you checking out? You checking that out? See what you're saying?
I was going to see what the heat index was showing for today.
Oh, let's see. I don't know if I've got that. Anyway, while you're doing that, I'm going to go to the forecast. Today, it's 94 degrees, heat advisory through about 8 o'clock tonight. Low 73 tonight. 94 and sun shining on Saturday, low of 72. Saturday, a 20% chance of thunder showers with a high of 93. Saturday night, a 40% chance of showers, a low of 71. And then Monday, Sunday into Monday. I hope I got that right. Saturday's clear, then showers on Sunday into Monday, 40% chance of showers. Monday, only a high of 82, and Tuesday, only a high of 82 with lower humidity.
Well, got a little cooler weather coming in.
Yeah.
Today, they're saying a heat index from 105 to 110.
Yep. Right
Ooh,
now at Baxter County Airport, the dew point is 71, at temperature 73 with 94% humidity. And just for grins and giggles, let's see, let's go to, let's look what San Antonio. See what they are. See what their dew point. San Antonio, Texas would be. See what their dew point is. Yeah, they're just as muggy. 93% at 73 dew point with 76 degrees. So, you know, it's hot and muggy. It's surprising then why, with that factor in there, why they're not under the heat
because it's also a lot of it's based on what their norm is versus how much hotter so people can relate that for Texas, you know, where it's hotter a lot and they got the heat, wouldn't necessarily be advisory. Everybody's kind of used, but when it jumps up that couple more notches, then they'll have the heat advisory as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's hot across the Midwest. Checking I Drive Arkansas, we got a new one. Well, that was there yesterday at Osceola one. That's that side road. And what's here at Conway? 225 Faulkner County Construction. They're fixing some repairs there. Before you travel, check I Drive Arkansas. You can check your border states: Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Tennessee. And it looks like that's a new one right there. What's that? Searcy County, landslide, southbound outside lanes on 377. It's not a heavily traveled road, but just be advised. Take a look at Missouri. Missouri's getting better with all the floods. They had really a lot of problems up in the northwest part of the state there, but it's starting to clean itself up. Southern part of the state, Highway 142, 160, US 60, Highway 67, all looking pretty good right there. Pollen count today is a 5. Grasses, plankton, and how do you pronounce that one? Chenopods?
I can't see it on my screen. It's too small.
Chenopods, cenopods, I would guess. Chenopods. Anyway, today, 5 medium, top allergens for today, and tomorrow, 4.8 low to medium. Right?
There you go.
All right. Take another look at the river real quick. See how much fog's burned off. You know, it burns off quickly.
It does.
It burns off quick. The beautiful White River that's brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda Zador at Century 21 Real Estate. For all your real estate needs, give them a call at 870-405-0793, retiretoarkansas.net. Planning on retiring soon? That's why we need to get you to retiretoarkansas.net so we can get you moved down here and let you enjoy the beautiful White River, Lake Norfolk, bull shows, and everything we've got to offer right here in the Twin Lakes area. Right?
There you go.
You betcha. Community calendar, old time restaurant. What's steak day today?
Steak day. It is Friday. You get a marinated sirloin steak you can cut with a butter knife. Eggs, hash browns, biscuit, and gravy or toast just for $8.88. And for lunch, she's doing the hamburger steak supreme. Have you had that yet?
Yes.
Yeah, that is awesome. It's a half-pound hamburger patty, smothered with cheese. It's got gravy on it, peppers, tomatoes, onions. Oh, it's good. Mess of goodness in a little pile right there. I love it. It's good. It comes with 2 sides, a roll of cornbread. It's only $6.88. Or you can
making me hungry. Stop.
Or you just go by and grab a cup of coffee, maybe a slice of pie. Give Amanda a hard time while you're in there. Tell them Dan Hall told you to do it. Just go in there and give her a hard time.
Yeah,
I am. Yeah. I plan on it.
What? Who? Me?
He's like, well, what did my name get brought up for? I'm just sitting over
here. Community calendar brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. Best breakfast, best lunch in town, Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday till 11. Coming up in September at Eastside Baptist Church, Breaking the Barriers Faith Force. This is one of these demonstrations of strength. These guys are really, really something else. The most radical program of ultimate intensity. Coming to Eastside Baptist Church, September. Yeah, that's good. I'll get a robocall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now I'm muted to the phone.
I'm not even going to make a comment. You know where I stand on all this, leaving your phones on during the show. But go ahead.
September 4th through the 8th, 7 p.m. nightly. Breaking the Barriers, the most radical program of ultimate intensity. Man, let's see here. This was on the desk here, so they brought this by yesterday. Baxter County Fair Pageant coming up on September 7th. Can you believe we're already talking about September?
Yeah.
This is the 19th of July, and we're talking about September.
Well, they got registration going on now for it.
Baxter County Fair Pageant, September 7th at 6 p.m. at Dunbar Auditorium. Age division, Tiny Tot King 3 to 5, the Tiny Tot Queen 3 to 4. Then we have 5 to 6-year-olds, 7 to 8, 9 to 10, 11 to 13, 14 to 17, and 18 to 23-year-olds. Registration online only now through September 4th at baxtercountyfair.org. Beauty division entry fee is free. 5 optional ways to win for each division, only $25. Most photogenic, prettiest smile, prettiest hair, best dress, and best personality. You need to send payments to Tammy Barnes at 2293 County Road 46 in Henderson, Arkansas, or PayPal to tammyb66@live.com. And for more information, call Tammy Barnes at 404-7211.
All right.
Yep.
Ozark Football Association. I can't even talk today.
Take 2.
Ozark Football Association is doing their training camp tomorrow. For 3rd and 4th grade, it'll be from 9 to 11, and for 5th and 6th, it'll be from 12 to 2. And it's open to anybody, whether you're playing for the OFA, you just want to let your kid try out. If you've got a youth kid that wants to play football, it is free of charge. They will have some food and beverages going on. It's just kind of letting the kids have a good time, get them into the flow of things, and enjoy life a little bit.
The City of Cotter invites you to celebrate Justin Morrow's 15 years of service to the City of Cotter, Friday, July 19th from 8 to 10 a.m. At 9 a.m., they'll recognize Justin for his dedication to the City of Cotter. Join them at City Hall for refreshments. Happens today, here in about 45 minutes.
Also, for those that got a child that's not into sports and want to try out wrestling, I know the Mountain Home Flyers Youth Wrestling Club will be starting their off-season workouts. I think they only go like every other Saturday. Just something to get the kids involved and get them learning. Yep. It's free of charge. All they got to do is show up and they can get a roll around. It'll be over at the Guyberry Gym from 9 to 11 tomorrow.
Sounds good. All right, 7:19. Dan and Elesha are going to be talking veterans again, as we do on the 3rd Friday of the month. So stick around. Be right back.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant, located on the square in Mountain Home.
Our roll burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn & Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn & Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Why would I recommend Hospice the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either a terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
$7:23, Dan and Elesha are here. Veterans time. What do we got today, everybody?
We got a bunch of stuff. You know.
Well said.
I'll tell you what, it's
still fighting the red tape, are we?
Well, it's getting better. June 6th, we implemented the new Mission Act Community Care Network, and that's kind of coming a little bit more smoothly than I had anticipated. We had a meeting, I think, on the 8th.
A government operation running smoothly?
Yeah.
Man. Wow.
A lot of our providers that are going to be new providers for veterans were at that meeting over at ASU. And I think all the PHOs that work through Baxter Regional are already in the network through Tri-West. And so that's going to make it a little more seamless. And, of course, Brian, who has been running the CBOC, Community Outpatient for VA, and has really worked with us on implementing this network. He just went over to the hospital, so he's going to be in a good position to help that run very smoothly.
Because he understands the VA side of it, and so then working with Baxter on that end, and then the VA side.
So did he leave CBOC?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean, hey, when you do a great job,
I think today's
people
his
want
last
you.
day.
I think so.
And then he's going over there. And, of course, Ron Peterson at the hospital has been involved in this. He gave us letters of support back 3 years ago when we first wrote the idea of VA/private provider networks. And so he's been involved in it and very eager to be involved in serving the veterans. Now that's all comes together at the same time that we've been doing our suicide prevention program, and along with that is our veterans outreach we've done for the last 15 years at Hickory Park. The last couple of years we've had so much community support and networking that we've kind of outgrown Hickory Park. So we're
That's
moving.
a good thing.
We're moving over to ASU, and the community has really come on board, gotten behind that. We have so many people interested in it. Of course, Good Samaritan Society and all of their volunteers. That Jennifer runs our auxiliary unit, and then we're going to have a lot of help from in-kind help from the ASU. Now we've got the Baxter Regional and the Chamber kind of on board. We've got the Boy Scouts. We've got the Buds, our Junior ROTC. So it's just about every organization that you can think of in Baxter County and surrounding counties are going to be involved in this. I expect we had grown from under 200 to up to about 400 that we fed last year. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we didn't feed 700 veterans this year at ASU.
Good. When's it coming up? October
5th. It's always the first Friday of October.
Yep.
We've already got RSVPs to make sure that they or a representative is here from Senator Bozeman, Congressman Crawford, Colonel Todd, Director of Arkansas Department of Veterans Affairs. He was here last year and he kept saying, "What a party, what a party." So when I invited him this year, he said, "Oh yeah, that's on my calendar." Lieutenant Governor Tim Griffin has said he's going to...
Are you going down on the 12th for his promotion?
I don't know. 12th
of August.
What's he getting promoted to?
Colonel.
Oh.
He's still in Army Reserves.
Yeah, he didn't tell me that.
There's a public invite.
I need to go.
Capitol Lieutenant, I'm going down.
And Colonel Todd just got promoted they changed, instead of director, he's now secretary. And so it's kind of interesting because when I made that announcement, we had some training down for my district or my county service officers, and he was there, and I said, okay, in July, Colonel Todd is going from the director of the Arkansas Department of Veteran Affairs to the secretary of Arkansas Department of Veteran Affairs, and that's, of course, a promotion. Well, later on, one of the service officers called me and said, "Why are they making him his secretary?" I'm like, no. He didn't get demoted. It's a title increase. So it was just funny.
Secretary of Defense.
Yeah.
That's the job. Yeah.
So that was funny.
But how proud can we be in Arkansas of one of our elected officials that's still active military? The lieutenant governor is still active military. 23 or 24 years now that he's been in.
And a member of the VFW and combat veteran, served over in Iraq.
Yep. And so when when Dan was talking about the Mission Act, that's a great thing. It's been implemented. And so the veterans are really taking advantage of that, which they should, and getting the enrollment and getting those referrals. But we also, and that's what Dan was alluding to at ASU, they had a provider seminar to let the providers know, hey, you need to enroll to become part of the network. And so they're actively seeking medical providers, chiropractic, vision, dental, audiology, physical therapy, anything like that, mental health. So those providers, local, please contact the VA, 501-257-2577 for more information, because they definitely want you in the network. Because there's all about, hey, veteran, yes, we'll send you somewhere, but then if they don't have a place to send them, then it's, it's not as seamless as one would hope. So that's what they're looking at right now, is getting those providers in our community enrolled to be part of that network.
Well, and with that comes urgent care, which urgent care is not the ER, not emergency care. We're talking about if the CBOC is closed and you have some flu symptoms or something that can't wait till Monday, you don't go to the ER, you go to MedExpress is in the network for urgent care. You can walk in, and depending on your level, if you're 1 through 5, which is service connected, certain percentages or whatever, there's no copay at all until you do that about 3 times. Otherwise, there might be a $30 copay, which is pretty reasonable.
Right, and the copay will be billed later on. So the one thing that they had mentioned is, when you go, the VA is going to cover that cost, and then let's say you were treated 4 or 5 times within a year, just make sure that you're aware you're going to get a bill later on. Sometimes with the VA, it's a little bit slow, as we've mentioned before.
Yeah.
So they may not get that bill until a year later, and then they forget,
They're slow, but they never forget.
They don't forget. Yeah, sometimes we'll have people come in, they're like, they said I got double paid for something back in 1963. Why are they trying to take it back now?
It just came in the mail.
I know, right?
Yeah. Seriously, we laugh about it. Come on.
Well, the thing too, though, is they are trying to be. I mean, it is taxpayer money, and so they're trying to be fiscally aware of it. It's just,
the time frame.
The time frame is like, wow. But speaking of time frame, this is something that they've been trying to pass for decades. It seems, is that Blue Water Act finally got approved, but it's on hold. They're not approving any claims until at least January, because now they need to figure out, how are we going to process this? Are we going to have it processed? A lot of times they'll have special departments. So, for instance, in Mississippi, they process all of the radiation exposure cases. And so now they probably need to find a regional office that's going to focus solely on blue water claims. And so now they need to come up with their process to do that. And so right now, the Secretary Wilkie of the VA, he's said that they're not making any decisions till at least January. All that to say, if a veteran or surviving spouse feels that they have a claim, a blue water claim, please go see your county service officer and file that claim, because we'll get it.
Water? What's that?
So what it is, and Dan can explain. I can explain it very well, but Dan can as well, because he served during that time. So I'll let him kind of talk about that.
Is this the Agent Orange stuff?
It's the Agent Orange exposure, the presumption, and it started out back in the mid '80s when this really came about. I had to submit affidavits. How do you know you were exposed to Agent Orange? Well, because when the helicopter landed, all the trees were dead, and then that thing came over and sprayed us. Oh, if you couldn't come up with that kind of stuff, well, how do we know you were exposed? And finally, in 1991, Congress passed an act that said that if you served in Vietnam or in the surrounding waters thereof, there's a presumption that you were exposed to that chemical. Well, mid-90s, some enterprising young lawyer for the VA decided that normally when you say surrounding waters, you're talking about the territorial waters 12 miles out. Well, this guy just decided they were going to take the position that surrounding waters meant what they dubbed brown water. If you were in port or you went up the Saigon River, and so they came up with a ship list. And if that ship was in the brown water that close, well, then you were presumed, otherwise not. And finally, in January of this year, a fellow named Proposio won a case all the way to the appellate court, and the appellate court said that that was an erroneous interpretation, and surrounding waters basically means the 12 miles territorial waters.
So blue water meant
So
in the previous that it was clean and it hadn't been exposed to Agent Orange, and the brown water had been. So now they got rid of that, as well as the Korean DMZ and Thailand around the perimeter. So with it is, and that's one thing we're definitely saying, veterans, refile your claims, even if you were denied in the past. The VA is trying to come up with a system to find those, but instead be proactive, file your claim.
They've got 90,000 backlog claims that they've denied years ago.
Yeah.
Proposio was just one of them, and his claim and a couple of those will be handled. But new claims, they put the stay on it until January of next year. I don't know what's so complicated. You either served in that area or you didn't. I don't think it takes any special task force to make any kind of decision. But
the thing that I'm trying to foot stomp for lately is those surviving spouses who the veteran has passed away from, diabetes complication or from ischemic heart disease or prostate cancer, things like that, that their blue water exposure caused their death. That surviving spouse can get a death.
Proposio is 73 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We've talked about this before. At the same time that they were EPA had ordered the evacuation of Times Beach, Missouri because of that same chemical. At the same time when the VA and DOD were paying an expert to claim that no veterans were ever hurt by Agent Orange and so on.
Yeah, closed Times Beach.
Yeah, Times Beach was
Hold
shut
it, though.
down.
We need to take a break here real quick. 7:36, be right back.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrub stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands including Carhartt, Cherokee, and Gray's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Clogs, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractable, compression socks, paramedic BDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, as well as minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop. Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire's Barbershop today, a unique gentleman barbershop. Get back in style from a former celebrity hairstylist and a licensed barber instructor who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire's Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 848 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today. Your car is a member of the family. It takes you where you need to go, and it makes sure you are safe at all times. When a wreck or accident happens, trust the only place that will treat you and your vehicle like a person, not a number. From collision repair and windshield replacement to paintless dent repair and hail damage removal, Dent Boys can cover all your automotive repair needs and make sure you are satisfied every step of the way. Call or visit the professionals at Dent Boys today and see the Dent Boys difference.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
7:39 and we're back with Dan and Elesha. Okay. We'll
On
pick it
that
back
same
up.
subject of exposure to Agent Orange, the Congress had required that the National Academy of Science and Medicine follow up on studying these related diseases. In 2016, I think it was, the Academy had decided that there was the possibility of a link for certain conditions such as hypertension and Parkinson's-like symptoms. And then in 2018, they looked at it again and said that there is a definite link. So now we're waiting for those items to be added to the list of diseases or illnesses presumed to have been caused by exposure to Agent Orange. We hoped that VA would, they talked about doing that by June. It didn't happen. One of our Arkansas congressmen, Bruce Westerman, introduced H.R. 2200 that requires them to do that. I don't know what the status of that is, but I've made sure that Senator Bozeman's office is aware of that, and we can get some push on it.
And if veterans have questions about environmental exposures and things like that, like what the latest and greatest, they go to va.gov and they can type in environmental exposures or public health. It'll pull up the page and it goes into, okay, either time frame, like you served in this theater or you were exposed to this. You can look at it different ways and it'll talk about what's going on with it. Another thing that I always express to veterans is to go to the exam where they do the screening for it, to just kind of put, because what it is, so for instance, after Vietnam, right? We're still, how many years later? 50 years later, determining this is the consequences of this. And
half
so
a century.
with our current conflict, same thing. It might be 30, 40, 50 years later. And so by them going to those exams and getting what conditions and illnesses they're experiencing now, it helps to pinpoint those areas, so then later on it works on getting things identified where, okay, a veteran served in this area, in this unit, they have a higher propensity to develop XYZ. So we really want to talk to veterans about doing that so that we can have them do those studies to determine that.
So I'm going to ask you that $45 question again. We've got people that served, I don't care if it was Korea or Vietnam or Saudi or wherever it may be, they served.
Yes.
Bottom line, they got the DD-214, they've got the honorable, they've got the whatever it is, they served. Give them health care. We're sorting apples with oranges.
That would
here,
be
saying,
nice,
now,
but
wait a minute, like did this happen in 1968 or did it happen in 1975?
Well, we're talking about compensation on that. Now, healthcare, yes, they are. Over the years, I was trying to, and I'm working on it right now to find out because we're doing a huge push on enrolling veterans in healthcare. Of those that we submit applications, what is the percentage that are actually approved? I'm thinking it's pretty high percentage, just because really the only reason someone would get nowadays disqualified for VA healthcare is if they had, other than honorable discharge,
Right.
that affected something, or if they had a dishonorable discharge. Because
Right.
even with other than honorable, depending on what it was for, they could still get health care. So really, we're not seeing the issue that people are getting denied health care. It's on the other end where they're getting denied compensation, where this is what you're diagnosed with and your military service caused it, and now we're going to pay you compensation each month. So on the healthcare side, I'm seeing that it's really good. Another thing that I've seen with it, and that's something that's over the past 4 years now, and Dan has just been huge an advocate for this, is having those benefit fairs and having the DAV picnic and things like that. Is we're bringing veterans together, getting them enrolled in healthcare, and we're seeing that our county numbers are increasing because, like I have mentioned before, we have 5,500 veterans in Baxter County, but I think that it's a lot higher, and because the only way the VA knows about it are veterans are receiving services. And so we just got new numbers out. I'm still looking over them, but probably all of my counties, if not maybe one, it didn't increase. They all have increased, and it's the way I see it is because they enrolled in healthcare. It's not that they all moved to Baxter County. It's now that they're doing that, and so we're seeing that they're using those benefits, like you said, that they earned.
Well, there's two separate VAs. There's the benefit side, and there's the healthcare side. And unfortunately, you have to go through the benefit side to get the healthcare side. And there are veterans who are actually drawing a monthly compensation, but they never enrolled in VA healthcare. And that's part of the process. They have to be enrolled in the VA healthcare side. Locally, we've got something coming up here.
What you got?
Well, DAV National years ago got involved with A&W Root Beer in a annual fundraising event in where A&W gives out free root beer floats and promotes disabled American veterans, and they raise money in the store. There's only 2 A&W stands in Arkansas. One of them's right here in Baxter County in Gassville. And so on the 6th of August, go by the A&W root beer stand, get a free root beer float, and see if you can help out disabled American veterans.
Cool.
And then on August 15th, the VA is having healthcare, is having an advanced planning seminar for, what's the terminology called? I'm trying to think. A living will. So for those individuals who don't have a living will, or you want to know more information about that, they're having a seminar at the American Legion on the 15th of August from 1 to 3. They're also having the enrollments office, so eligibility office will be there as well. And for those veterans who need their medical ID cards, VA ID cards, they're going to be processing those too. So go to the American Legion on the 15th of August from 11 to 3. That's probably one of we don't know when our time is up, and that's one thing where, and we don't know how we're going to go. And by having a plan for those loved ones to determine if to take you off life support or keep you on life support or whatever that is, it helps to make that hard time a little bit easier. And so that's where having a
living will doesn't mean I have to give away my stuff while I'm still living.
Right. Yeah, no. So, and it has different, because I did one through the VA, one of their fairs, and it has different, there's probably 3 or 4 different pages of, okay, I want this, or that you write it in. So you could, they have like the typical, but you may have some special things that you would like not to happen or to happen. So just go out there, get that information. If you have questions, please call 501-257-3300. That's down to Little Rock. And then next week, I'm really excited. I've been working on this for a couple of months. So rewind, when I was on the road a couple years ago, the Today Show came on, and it was, they have had a series over the years where they take a puppy and they train them throughout the year, and you watch the puppy grow. And then like one year it was for a seeing eye dog. Well, they trained the last one, his name was Charlie. He was a black lab, or is a black lab, and it was for a veteran. And so, and the veteran, her name is Stacy Purcell, and she was a combat photographer in the Air Force who deployed 3 times to Iraq and with the Army, and then was involved in an IED explosion and ended up getting discharged. Well, anyway, after she got out of the military, while she was recovering and all that, she decided she wanted to create what's called the Veterans Portrait Project. And so she has been, over the past 10 years, traveling around the U.S. taking portraits of veterans. Wow. They're all black and white. They're beautiful, beautiful pictures. And so I learned about her story online. So then I started following her on Facebook. Well, a couple months ago, she posted that this year she's finishing up her tour of the U.S. So every state in the U.S. she's gonna have she is going to be completed by visiting and taking their pictures. So she's going to be in Arkansas next week on the 25th.
Fun.
Down in North Little Rock at our veterans home.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited about that.
Down?
Yeah, I'm going down, and my husband and I are going to do, because we're both veterans, so we're going to get a picture, our portrait together, because we met on a deployment, and so anyway, it's interesting, and she just does neat things, so you can bring whatever props or whatever you want. So cool. Some of them she has on there, and it's like someone had driven their motorcycle in, and some people bring their service dogs.
That'll be good.
And so
We can take a quick break. 7:50. Be right back.
Do you have the information on?
Sure, all mowers cut grass, but only a Ferris mower with suspension technology can provide you with increased productivity, quality of cut, durability, and comfort. The caster wheels and cutting deck are connected to the frame beneath the suspension. This lets the deck follow the wheels as they move up and down in relation to the ground contours. Maintaining the distance between the deck and the ground results in a beautiful, consistent cut. Visit your local Ferris dealer to experience the difference suspension makes.
Hi, we're Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, and we'd like you to meet the rest of our team.
When you are working with the Z team, you will find that not only are they down-to-earth people, but they are trained professionals who work with downsizers, first-time homebuyers, and clients who may want to relocate to our beautiful Ozarks. Our team has agents who specialize in lake and river properties, listing and selling raw land, acreage, and all residential homes. Listing your property with the Z team will help get it sold with unmatched Century 21 global marketing. You can find out more at retiretoarkansas.net.
It takes the right gear to survive out here. Oh, there she is. Ferris. It's the best gear around. Strong as an ox, safe as houses. Out back, there's one powerful beast. Awesome. Four-wheel suspension, handles whatever Mother Nature throws at you. Designed to take the hard out of hard work and deliver all the power you could need. So if you want to tackle the great outdoors, get yourself a Ferris.
So there I was, naked as a jaybird in the shower with soap in my hair and eyes when I lost water pressure down to a dribble. I immediately grabbed my towel and dialed up Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service. Jake came right over and fixed my water pressure. Now I can take my showers with confidence. Just call Jake.
For all your sales and pump needs, just call Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service, 870-431-5445. He offers high-quality stay-right products.
In 2014, I had back surgery, and I had always been told that chiropractic care, once you have that, is not possible. After coming up here to see Doc Osgood, I've learned just how much it is helpful, and I find now that I can do a lot more activities like mowing the yard, or even my job as a sports reporter. Going to the games is not a problem anymore. I don't have near the problem that I used to, and as I keep progressing, I think it'll get better and better.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant, located on the square in Mountain Home.
7:53, closing out the show and the week. Elesha and Dan, final thoughts.
Yeah, quickly, Elesha just mentioned off air about the suicide prevention grant we got last year. We've been working on that through churches and the veteran clergy partnerships, and Dr. George Wolford has volunteered an awful lot of time. This grant was to get back some of our expenses for the publications and so on. We have continued about a 1/3 reduction in the suicide rate in Baxter County. Wow. And this year it looks even better. That was 2 years in a row. We have Brad Hayes, who's the county coroner within our network, so we can get monthly numbers. I don't have to wait 18 months for the health department to put out the stats. We know where we are on a month-to-month basis, and we're having a lot of success with it. Just about time to start looking at raising funds for a second-year grant for this project and then expanding it all over the state.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good. I mean, that's great, especially seeing the reduction in veteran suicide. And I think that, as well as having a psychiatrist on staff at the VA clinic here where they can talk to someone face to face. They added an additional social worker, so if someone, they can just walk in and receive assistance. The VA has, when I was talking about restrictions as far as eligibility for health care based off of their type of discharge, the only exception to that is if someone's in a mental health crisis. It does not matter what kind of discharge they have. They can go to the VA and receive treatment. So that's something.
And at the same time, the Baxter Regional now has a behavioral health unit that I'm sure will get involved in the networking side of this.
Mm-hmm. And then that women's group that, it's continuously growing. We're up to about 75 ladies now in the Baxter County, surrounding counties, who are on my roster, and that's just something that I see is going to be getting bigger.
Sounds
and
like
bigger.
a pretty wild group.
Yeah, I know, right? And
scary.
And then next month I'm going to Omaha, Nebraska for a week for the State Women Veterans Coordinator Symposium. So I'll be coming back with all kinds of ideas on how to grow it even bigger.
I don't know where you get the energy. You're
Go,
so many things.
So my final thought, though, is if you have questions about anything that Dan and I have talked about, or any type of veteran questions, regardless if you're a veteran, a family member, please contact your county service officer. They are in where they're located is typically right next to your county courthouse or in the county courthouse. If you don't know who they are, you can go to your main county, ask, the courthouse, go in there, ask where the service officer is. You can go to the Arkansas Department of Veteran Affairs website and check by either zip code or county, or you can call me 870-404-6944. It may take me a little bit to call you back, but I will call you back.
Busy lady.
Yeah.
Dan?
What were the differences on the, we talked about the Blue Water Navy. There were two things that happened. One was the Proposio case, which dealt with the surrounding waters of Vietnam. But at the same time, we also passed H.R. 299, which included that plus some other things, including the DMZ and Korea and so on. Do you know what those additions were?
So it's the presumptive service locations and times established that veterans who served in a unit that operated in or near the Korean DMZ during the Vietnam War are considered to have been exposed to herbicides. The veterans are eligible for presumptive service, and their survivors are eligible for DIC based off of the cause of death. The presumptives are still the same. So if they're unsure whether to, if they qualify, file the claim and let the VA determine. It also, spina bifida was determined to have caused, birth defects, especially for the female veteran that served, but then also for the male veteran. And so spina bifida benefits are now available to biological children of veterans who served in Thailand during the Vietnam War and were born after the veteran mother or father service in Thailand, because Thailand was also included in.
Really? Thailand? Wow.
Yeah, because the Air Force had a base there, and they would fly from Thailand. Well, they would spray. But then, so anyway, that Thailand was also added. And then the presumptives are all the same.
Yep.
So.
All right. That pretty well wraps up. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Well, can't do enough for the veterans, I tell you what.
What a community, huh?
You betcha. Once again, prayers and thoughts, Stone County, Mike Stevens' family, Pineville Volunteer Fire Department, we're with you.
Yeah.
Yep. Tough.
Yeah, he was a veteran as well.
That's right, he was.
Army veteran.
I've gotten to the point being a retired policeman. When I see policemen, I walk over and thank them for their service, like they started to do to veterans.
Yeah.
I get out of police work while it was still fun. My hat's off to the guys that serve now.
Yep. Yep. Sheriff's Office, State Police, local PD, thanks for the service. And we remember Mike Stevens' sad day yesterday. Yeah. Anyway, that wraps it up for the weekend. Hope you have a great weekend. Gonna be hot. Watch out for those temperatures. We got a cool front coming in, though. Gonna be nice next week.
That'd be nice.
Gotta go. See you on Monday.